My name is Caleb Ortega, and my bio says that I've generated 300 million views and $100,000 for clients, so you have to believe it. I've done this all through the simple method of short form clipping for Instagram Reels, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. And if you're like me and you're trying to find some way to break into the creator economy in 2025 to either make some cash or to simply learn a very valuable skill, then probably the best way to do it this year is by getting into clipping and learning the simple skill of video editing. So whether you're a complete beginner or somebody who's been doing this for a while but has been struggling to get, real monetary money results, this is the perfect video for you. I'm gonna break this video up into 4 different sections, and these are the exact same steps that I used to get real results for my clients and not just spit out some random offer for video editing or growth operating like everybody else does. We're gonna start with the basics of video editing, everything you need to start clipping. If you're not a beginner, then you can skip to section 2, which is going to be how do you find creators that you can actually work with and get paid with and bring good results for. Section 3 is going to be how to actually get real results for these creators. And then section 4 is going to be workflow and mindset. And these are probably the most important parts of this whole process. So without further ado, let's get right into this. I'm going to show you exactly how I learned this awesome skill and how I'm using it to bring results for my clients and some cash to myself. And before we get started, I'm going to show you exactly how one of the editors that I work very closely with makes over $1,000 every single month with just one of the creators that he works with. All right, so the first thing we're going to start with is the basics of video editing. Like I said, this is for complete beginners, and if you are a complete beginner, please do not skip any part of this video. Like I said, if you just lock in, sit back, watch the entire video, I promise you within the first month of you starting this clipping process, you will make cash if you do this the right way. If you don't have a video editing software, I am going to personally recommend DaVinci Resolve. This is the editing software that I use, and I have been using it for the past probably about 4 or 5 years. Now I'm going to show you exactly how you can learn the basics of DaVinci Resolve, because it's probably one of the easiest editing softwares to learn right now if you're a complete beginner. It's one of those softwares that, it's basic enough to learn pretty quickly, but it's also advanced enough that you can do crazy shit with this app. Like honestly, people are making movies with this app. It's a very professional app, but it's also pretty simple to learn and use if you're a complete beginner. So let's open it right up here. DaVinci Resolve. There's a free version. You don't have to pay a penny for this software. That's why I recommend it so much. And like I said, I've been using this forever, and I've been using the free version of this app since I started. I have not even paid a single penny for video editing software, and I've been a video editor for like 5 years. So I'm going to show you exactly how you're going to set up a timeline for a short form clip, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do with a perfect example here. So first thing you're going to do obviously is going to download it. Once you open up the software, you can select new project, and then you're going to create your new project. You can title it the name of the creator or test project, whatever you want to, and then press create. So once you've created your project, honestly the steps are very simple to get started. You're going to go over here down at the bottom of your screen. You're going to have different tabs. They all have their own purpose. You're really just going to stick in the edit tab, which is the 3rd tab. Once coming into the edit tab, you're going to come to the top where your media pool is, this top left corner. And this is where all your media that you import into your project is going to be. So all your footage is going to be in this media pool. So to start, what you're going to do is you're going to right click in the media pool and you're going to select new bin. Once you've created that bin, you're going to title it something like footage, and then you're going to simply import your footage. So once you've downloaded some footage from the creator that you're working with, you're going to import it into the software. Import your footage, whatever footage that may be. I'm going to use some test footage. So let me just come here, and I just realized I don't have any. That's about it. Okay, so obviously right now you don't have any footage. So just, listen to what I'm saying. Save this portion of the video. Come back to it once you've paired up with the creator and you have some footage, because you're going to use this as a step-by-step guide on how to create your first clip. All right, so once you've imported your media, you're simply going to drag it into your timeline, just as you see me doing here. Once you've dragged it in, I'm going to show you exactly how to make your first clip. The first step is by watching the full footage completely. A lot of people overlook this. I want you to understand that when you're making your first clip, you need to have a good understanding of what the footage is about and what your creator is talking about in the footage. You can't just expect to come along, have no real understanding of the footage, pick out the first, interesting part of the video that you see and make a good clip out of it. It does not work like that. I really want you to understand why you're making the clip that you're making. So like I said, the first step is by taking your footage, putting it in your timeline, and pressing the spacebar on your keyboard and watching the entire footage. Don't skip anything. Watch the footage all the way through, get a good understanding of what they're talking about in the video, and then after that, then you can go back and pick your clip. So as you're watching the full footage, you're gonna take notes and try to remember like mental notes on what sections of the video might be potential clips. And to know what's gonna be a potential clip, you have to remember it has to be something, it has to be a clear point that's stated from beginning to end, right? So you want a clear point that's being made with a introduction and a conclusion to the point. When people watch a clip, they need a hook. And this is where I'm gonna go into the elements of a viral clip. So first you have your hook, right? This is where, you know, the first couple seconds of your video needs to explain exactly what the video is going to be about, and the rest of the clip needs to deliver on that hook. So once the hook is made, the rest of the clip needs to be directly related to that hook. And if it goes off topic from the hook, then your viewer is going to scroll. You cannot give your viewer any reason to swipe away from your video. So once you find your hook, you're gonna make a cut right there, right as the hook begins. Then you're gonna play out the video and see what he goes into detail about during that footage, right? And once he starts to go off topic away from what the original hook was about, you're gonna make another cut and you're gonna take that portion and set it to the side. Once you have that portion set to the side, you're gonna go back and replay it and listen to it again. Like I said, don't skip anything, watch the whole clip over again. You should have like a 1 minute piece of content from that cut. So once you rewatch your video, the most important thing that you're gonna do is cut out any dead space. This is the first thing you're gonna do. So you're gonna come in here and you're gonna cut every single piece of dead space. You're either gonna use your splice tool, which is this tool right here, or you're simply gonna press Command B on every place that you need to cut, and you're gonna delete every portion of the video that either has dead space, is repetitive, or is just pointless to the main hook of the video. So if the person goes off topic at any point in the video, then you probably want to cut it off. If there's any dead space, like nobody's talking, then you probably want to cut it out. If there's any point where they repeat the same thing over again, then you probably want to cut it out. After you've done this process, you're going to do it again. After you've done the process 2 times, you might want to do it a 3rd time, but you don't need to. After you've done the process 2 or 3 times, you're going to have a shorter clip of about 15 to 45 seconds long. Once you have this clip of about 15 to 45 seconds long, this is where you can start adding effects. What you're gonna do here is you're gonna add captions. So you're gonna go into your effects tab, which is the bottom left portion of your video. You're gonna take a text plus, throw it on top of the video, and you're gonna start typing out your captions. Now, if you're not paying for the paid version of this app, then you need to type every single word of your captions, which might get fucking annoying, but promise you it's fucking worth it. So first of all, you're gonna stylize your caption. Over here in your inspector, which is the top right portion of the editing software, you're gonna see if you click on your text plus that you'll have a bunch of options to mess around with settings for your text. I'd recommend making something bold, you know, adding some type of bold font. You know, you can kind of squeeze it together using different settings. Edit the size. You can add a drop shadow if you want. You can add some effects. After you've made your text to your liking using the settings in the text plus inspector tab, then you're going to simply copy this text plus by pressing Command C. And as you watch the video, you're literally just gonna copy and paste the captions and type them out one at a time. Like you see me doing here, you can follow exactly what I'm doing here. And obviously captions are probably one of the most important parts, just because you can't have a clip without captions unless that's part of the style. But I'm just showing you a very basic style here so that you can get like a basic understanding of the video editing process here in DaVinci Resolve. And now I want to talk a little about style matching. Style matching is probably the most important part of making a viral clip. You have to make sure that the style matches up perfectly in every part of your clip. So that means the color of your captions, the font of your captions, the music in the background, the formatting of your video, if you want it zoomed in a lot, if you want it zoomed out, as you see here. You can zoom the video in or out depending on how you want your style to be. You have to make sure that everything flows together and works together nicely. Okay, so once you've added some type of music, what I like to do here is just rewatch the clip again. I promise you, rewatching the clip is going to be the most important part of your video editing process, because this is your chance to see if you fucked up on anything or if anything looks stupid. Okay, so now you learned how to import your footage, you learned how to add captions, and you learned how to add music. This is honestly the very basic clip, but this can work. I'm not gonna lie, one of the accounts that I run for clipping, this is the style of clip that I have been posting for the past 2 months, and I have gained over 9,000 followers on this account, and you know, done over 4 million views across this account. So honestly, this basic, very basic style of clip can work. This can bring a lot of views for your clients if done correctly and if the content is good. But this is only one style of video. I want to stress the fact that this is only one style of video, and that you don't need to use this style for every single video that you have, right? What I want you to know is that you know how to import footage, you know how to cut footage, you know how to trim footage, and you know how to add captions and music to footage. You have the tools necessary to make almost any format of clip you want at a very basic level. And I'm going to talk about this later in the video, but this is where you need to know how to do market research to see what type of clips are working for different creators. And also the last step of editing this clip, once you've added the captions and the music, and obviously, like I said, this is a very basic clip, but I just want to give you a very fundamental understanding of the video editing software. What you're going to do is come down here to the rocket ship at the bottom. This is your deliver tab. This is where you export all your videos. So you're going to go to the deliver tab. You're going to come to the timeline where your video ends, and you're going to right click and press mark out and come to the beginning, right click, mark in. That is going to ensure that only your clip is being rendered. Then I like to scroll over to the YouTube tab, and you're going to export in YouTube settings, give it a file name, put it in the right location. For your resolution, you're going to put 1920 by 1080 HD, and you're going to click use vertical resolution. It's as simple as that. At the bottom, you add it to your render queue. Then it'll come up at the top right in your render queue, and you're going to select it and press render 1. Now your video is going to be rendered, and it's going to be in the folder where you put it. This is the very basic understanding of, starting your first clip. And honestly, this is all the information that you need. From here, from this very basic guide to video editing in DaVinci Resolve, you can almost make any of the basic clips that you need to help a creator go viral. So at this point, there's really no excuse. You know the basic fundamentals of editing in DaVinci Resolve. There's no excuse to use this and be creative and find ways to make cool ass fucking clips for your creators. All right, so that's your foundation to video editing in DaVinci Resolve. If you want a more in-depth tutorial where I teach you my specific caption styles and my styles for making clips, leave a comment down below and I'll definitely get to that. Okay, now we're gonna get into section 2 of the video, which is finding creators to clip for. Now, how can you really find creators to clip for? How do you start getting paid? How can you start working with people that actually make good content that you can deliver results for? And I'm going to give you guys the best way to do this in 2025. So there's a couple ways you can find creators to clip for. And I'm going to start with the beginner way. And the beginner way is to find WAP communities. WAP is giving, clippers the best fucking platform to make some extra cash, to learn how to clip better, how to bring better results. Now, how you're going to find these communities for WAP is simply download the WAP app, and you're going to look up clippers, or you're going to search clippers or clipping, or you're just going to scroll through the explore page and find anything that has to do with a View Rewards program or rewards program, whatever they call it, the clipping programs. You're going to join these. A lot of these communities actually have clipping courses in there, so you can actually get a lot more information just by joining these communities. And if you're having a hard time finding these communities, just shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll personally send you some that I like and that I trust. Now, another method you could use is obviously cold outreach. You can gather some testimonials, you can gather some work, you can make some sample clips and send them to people on Instagram, Twitter, whatever you want to, and you can just outreach to creators and tell them that you want to clip for them. Now, this is obviously a much harder way, especially if you're first starting out, but if you have some experience in editing and you have some work to back up what you're saying, I highly recommend trying this. I highly recommend just shooting some sample clips to some creators, letting them know the results you've gotten before and how you can help bring value to their business with clipping, and try to just land some clients in cold outreach. I want to go more in depth with this, but I just want to give you the idea of how you can land some more clients. Don't be scared to do cold outreach. Send a simple DM like, hey, I've been clipping for a while. Here's some of my sample work. I'd love to make a sample clip for you. I can either run you a clip account, or I can just send you clips to post on your main account, and we can go from there. If it brings value to your business, then I'd love to work with you. If not, then it's okay. I'll go on to the next creator. Remember, you can always offer to do them free work for 2 weeks or something to see if it brings value to their business or not. A lot of people, they don't know if it's going to bring value, or they don't know if it's going to be a waste of time. So always let them know that you're open to the idea of doing some free work if you're first starting out, to try and land that deal in the future. Another great way to find creators to clip for is by joining my Discord community. Yes, I'm giving off an advertisement for my Discord community, but the thing is, it's completely fucking free. You don't have to pay a penny. Join my Discord. You'll learn pretty much everything you need after watching this video to get started and to start making money right away. In that Discord, I have my own creators, my own personal clients that I work for, and you can start working for them through me right away just from joining the Discord. There's endless opportunities in the Discord to work with me personally, to work with my creators, work with my clients, and to just learn a shit ton about this skill. All right, now we're into section 3 of this guide to clipping in 2025, and this is simply how to actually bring real results for creators. Now, a lot of people people try clipping, you know, they'll put some clips together, they'll make accounts, and they'll just throw clips onto the account and hope that it works. Fortunately, this is not going to work. You actually need to put a little more effort than that. Number one, you need to be active on these accounts. The accounts that I've had most success with in clipping, and I've gotten over, you know, hundreds of millions of views on different clipping accounts, and it's because I treated the accounts like they were mine. I treated some of these accounts like they were my personal account, and I wanted to bring results to them so bad that I was on a daily on these accounts, scrolling the explore page, like just scrolling like as if it was my own account. The algorithm will detect how human like you are. If you just post and then switch the account and get off the account, it's very unlikely that you will get real results, because Instagram just knows that you're another person just spamming clips on an account. So like I said, the first thing is that you need to understand that you need to treat these accounts like they're your own account. You need to spend time on the account. You need to engage with people on the account. You need to like people's posts. You need to like the comments. You need to follow people. You need to do things that a regular human would do on Instagram. The second thing that you're going to do to bring real results for these creators is simply have a consistent posting schedule. Don't just bullshit and make a clip whenever you want to every other day. Have a consistent schedule that you're going to stick to, where you're going to edit clips, you're going to post these clips consistently 1 to 3 times every single day. You can't expect to post one clip every 3 days and get real results. Like I said, you need to treat these accounts like they're your own accounts. And if you're really trying to grow on Instagram, you're not going to post one time every 3 days. You're going to post every single day, at least maybe even 1 to 3 posts every single day. So please don't just dump 5 posts onto your account and ghost the account. Make it consistent. Number 3 is that you're gonna make quality edits. Please spend time making these edits. Don't bullshit. If you see something wrong with the clip, go back and fix it. I see too many people just posting slop content without giving it a second glance. Look at your content over and over and over again. If something feels off to you, then something is gonna feel off to the viewers even 10 times more, because they didn't make the clip. If your clip feels slightly off, you need to go back and you need to fix something. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to scrap the whole entire clip. So just watch the video over and over and over again and make sure it feels good when you watch it. Don't waste your time posting slop content. Make sure it makes sense, make sure it brings value, and make sure people would actually watch it. Like I said, make sure that everything flows together in your clip. The style of your clip always needs to match. Make sure that the captions match with the style, the mood of the clip. Make sure that the music matches with the captions, and that the music matches with the background and the formatting of the clip. Everything needs to flow nicely and feel like it's meant to be together. And the best way to bring real results for your clients is to simply research what's working. Find similar creators and figure out what's working for clip accounts for them. There's literally thousands of clip accounts out there that are getting millions and millions and millions of views every single month. All you need to do is get a list of those clip accounts and research their style of clips and literally just try to duplicate their clips for your creator. You don't need to try to reinvent the wheel. Find what's working for other creators and figure out how you can implement that same style into your clips, whether it be caption styles, music styles, formatting, the hooks, whatever it may be. Figure out what's working and apply it to your creator, and I promise you, you will get results. Don't be scared to spend time scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube to find good clips that are working, so that you can find inspiration to apply to your own clips. You're not copying, you're reverse engineering, and that's what smart editors do. Okay, now section 4 is simply going to be about workflow and mindset while you're editing these clips. And like I said, this is probably one of the most important parts of the clipping process. So this part is why most people fall off of their clipping journey in the first couple weeks, and we need to fix that. If you're trying to get real results, we can't have you falling off in the first weeks just because your mindset's all fucked up. Remember, results take time. Don't try to rush the process. If you haven't gotten results in a month, then yeah, maybe fuck that creator. But like I said, in the first couple weeks, you need to put in the effort. And if you look back in a month and you haven't got results, and you say, wait, I didn't put the effort that I should have been putting in the last 4 weeks, then you did something wrong. You can't blame the creator, you can't blame the edits, you gotta blame yourself. It's okay to be on the grind for a whole month. If you haven't got results yet, just keep going. So please don't get discouraged in your first couple weeks. And also, this is why it's important to try out different creators. You don't need to just, wait on one creator to blow up. Don't be scared to, go out and find 3 to 5 creators and post for every single one of them on a daily basis. Don't just limit yourself to one creator. Give yourself options. And when one of those starts working, you're gonna apply that to all the rest. And if those don't work for over 30 days, days, then you can scrap it. All right, another way that you're gonna really lock in on your mindset when it comes to clipping is by setting a daily schedule. What I want you to do is set out a schedule of all the creators that you're clipping for and simply write out the names with bubbles next to each name. And what you're gonna do is, as you're editing these videos, you're gonna simply fill in the bubble, and it's gonna give you a little dopamine as you finish these edits. And you can do anywhere from 1 to 3 edits per day if you can keep up with it. Throughout the day, just like I said, fill in those bubbles. It'll give you some dopamine. It'll show you that you're actually doing what you're supposed to be doing. It'll make you feel a little bit better about your process. And use your time wisely. If you have more time on the weekends, then try to batch some edits. Do even 5 to 10 edits in the span of a couple hours, and you'll have those ready to post throughout the week. But the biggest part is making this a part of your daily routine. Like every single day, you should know that you're gonna make a few edits for each of your creators, and you're gonna post them a couple times every single day. If you make it part of your routine, like it's something you have to do on a daily basis, then you're gonna get results. You're going to get the results based on the effort that you put in. So that effort that you're putting in to make these clips so good, based on all these factors, that's how you're gonna get the best return out of all these clips. All right, I know you've all heard of Mr. Beast say that he always tries to make his YouTube videos better than the last one. And that's what you're going to apply to these clips. Take the clips you made the day before and really study them. Take the time to watch the clip all the way through and see if there's anything you can improve on. Give yourself time to try out new fonts, do tighter cuts, make clips fast paced, try clips that are longer paced, try out ways to rearrange your hooks based on the footage that you're provided. There's countless ways to make a clip different from the last one you posted, and in some cases, different is improvement. So just try out different things. Don't keep posting the same type of clip over and over and over again and expecting the results to be different. If people aren't watching that type of clip, why would they watch another clip saying a different thing with the exact same style that they didn't want to watch before? They're not going to want to watch this one. They're not going to want to watch any of them. You're posting the same thing 1,000 times, it's not getting results. The next one is not going to get results. So just always be open to different styles. Remember, you don't need to limit yourself to one style of clip and just keep posting the same thing over and over and over again on your account. If it's working, then obviously keep posting it, but don't be scared, even if it's working, to try out different style of clips. You never know. You might be getting a consistent 50,000 views on clips, but one change in style might get you to 1 million views. There are so many different styles of clips. You have documentary clips, you have meme style clips, you have vlog style clips, you have story edits. Just test everything that you can, especially when you're first starting out. Don't limit yourself to the same edit that you've seen on everybody else's clip page. Try out different things. If you've made it this far in the video, then you're obviously built different. You have the attention span to stick through this, so then you probably have the attention span to actually put in the effort that's going to bring you results for these creators when clipping. A few years ago, I had no connections, I had no capital, I had no skills, and I just figured out, if I slowly start building this skill up day by day by day, slowly making connections, slowly putting in the effort, this is one of the best skills to have in 2025. Video editing is literally at the core of all the content you see online. And if you can master this skill of video editing, you can take this to insane heights. When you start with video editing, when you start with clipping, you learn how to deliver results with clipping. All of a sudden you realize that content is one of the biggest marketing tools in the world right now. And all you need to do is figure out how clipping can bring money to another person, and you take a cut of that money. You do that for 1,000 people, you're making a shit ton of money. That all started from this simple skill of video editing and clipping. That's what I want you to understand. That's the height that I'm getting to, and if you really put in the effort, that's the height that you can get to just from starting with this simple process of clipping. I'm not telling you that clipping is gonna make you $1 million. It's not gonna make you $1 million. It's gonna make you some extra cash very easily if you put in the effort, and you can make a lot of cash. Like I said, there's one person in Brez's clipping group that I work very closely with, and he's making $1,000 or over $1,000 every single month just from posting clips on Brez's account. This is his clipping account for Brez, and as you can see right here in the WAP, he's made over $3,000 in the past few months just for clipping. And this can be you if you just put in the work. If you put in the work and you get in early on one of these people's WAP for clipping or whatever the fuck, if you find a creator that you get in on early with and they're making money off of your clipping process, they're gonna pay you a shit ton of money, and you can be exactly like this guy and make over $1,000 every single month from one creator in the clipping process. So like I said before, I actually have a Discord group where I, help out people with their clipping process. I have some courses in there on the, the elements of viral clips, just some more in-depth video courses on how to improve your clipping process. It's a great tool. I wish I had this when I first started out. It's just a cool community. It's a very tight-knit community of some editors and some clippers who want to get better at what they do, and obviously I'm in there and I've been doing this for a long time. So if you're interested and you'd like to join the Discord, it's completely free for now and you have so much value to get from there. You can realistically get into my Discord, learn everything you need to learn, and start making money the first month with one of my creators that I can personally allow you to work with through me. So if you want the link to the Discord, just simply shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll be happy to invite you to join. I hope this video was helpful, you know, starting out your clipping journey. I try to make this as in-depth as I could while still making it, you know, not a fucking hour-long video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave a comment, literally any questions you have when it comes to this process. I know that I may have, you know, gone over some steps without going as in-depth as I should, but like I said, everything is in the Discord. I can answer any questions that you have in the DMs on Instagram or on Discord. Just literally just hit me up wherever you want to, in the comments, whatever you want to do. I appreciate you guys for watching the video. There's so much more value to come in the future. I'm always adding more video tutorials and guidelines in my Discord, so feel free to send me a DM on Instagram to join that. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.